Does anyone else want to see a simp badly misrepresent mgtow? Does anyone else want to see a simp hate mgtow so much that he has to simp and simp and simp and simp all over women to kiss their ass, to make himself seem more qualified, more of a qualified man than any of us who decide to go our own way? Because if you do, welcome to you, Asian Dave.
YouTube, this is me, Asian Dave, aka.
What's up, Asian Dave? So what do you have to say today?
Fanatical for Jesus, aka Dawei, aka David Chu. Coming to you real quick, because I just saw the dumbest video ever. I'm going to post it in the description box below so you guys can see it. But the title of the video is Reason Why Men Are Going Their Own Way.
Okay, so there's a video, and I saw the video, and I will also post it in the description box below. Because you don't agree with this, because you are a simp, because you bow down to kiss every woman's ass in an attempt to make yourself look better, mgtow, we are dishonest. Okay, we'll see what's up.
And in the video, it's like a little skit, I guess. But in the video, it's a gross exaggeration and misrepresentation of traditional relationships and how women.
But when he says gross misinterpretation, keep in mind, Asian Dave, I have females that are subscribed to me here. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Not wanting to offend anyone, but not caring if I do. And I even have some that agree with me on this. And I think a female talking about this issue is a little bit more qualified than a simp male who's trying to make himself look better to those females.
Are in traditional relationships. Like, it's a gross exaggeration. Like, it starts off in the beginning, the man forgets to take off his shoes before walking in the house. And rightfully so, it pisses off the wife. Like, it makes sense why she got mad. I mean, she just worked all day cleaning the house, making sure the house is clean and spotless and everything. And then the man, like, rude, like, the man, like, selfishly walks in the house with his dirty shoes on, and to dirty up the house that she just got done cleaning.
Okay, so we're gonna start with this. It's not a cultural norm to take your shoes off in the house here. It is in Eastern countries, so I understand why you're coming at it from that perspective, because you are Asian. It's in Eastern countries. I get that. So maybe in your household, that's what you do. But let me tell you something, David. You may not understand this, but after a hard, long day's work, sometimes you're tired. Me, I'm getting off of work at 2 o'clock in the morning, David. You think I'm going to remember to take my shoes off when I first walk in the house? Fuck no. I'm going to remember to take my shoes off before I go in the bedroom, yeah. And I'll leave them out there in the common area, like in the little pool hall common area thing here. Like, sort of a hangout area. I'll leave it open there, where the pool table is, where you spent the night at a couple times. I'll leave it open out there. But I'm not gonna take them into my bedroom. But I'm not gonna take them off when I first get home. No. I'm gonna take them off before I get in the bedroom. But when I first get in the door, all I wanted to do is just get in the door. That's a possibility. You said too dirty up the house, implying that there was intent to do that. When that's probably not his intent. And whenever that happens, most of the time I can probably, or a lot of the time or whatever, I don't want to play semantics with you here on word games, which I know is you're good at. But a lot of times, it's not done disrespectfully. It's just done because the man's been working all day and he's tired. Did you happen to see that poor meal that she was cooking up for him? Some broccoli and cauliflower? Ooh, that's good. That's good. Because women, generally this day and age, have forgot to put a fucking hot dog on a plate for a dude who just got home from busting his ass all night at work. But you didn't seem to have a problem with that part. You don't seem to have a problem with that. You don't seem to have a problem with the fact that if the man's going to be the head of the household, then he should be getting the respect of the head of the household. Maybe have a hot dinner on the table or whatever. I'm not going to go as far as some mgtow do and say that the woman has to serve up her body every night. You know, she doesn't have to do that. But hey, listen, he's been busting his ass all day too. Typically, men do earn more than women, so she's probably not putting equal amount into that house. And I don't say, oh, because of the wage gap. It's not because of the wage gap. It's because typically men work longer hours and go into higher paying fields. So why doesn't she have to do a little extra around the house when he's doing a little extra to pay for it?
So she has every right to get mad at him for that.
No, she doesn't. She has every right to say, "Excuse me, honey, can you please go take your shoes off and clean up the mess you made?" That's what she has every right to do. She doesn't have every right to treat him like shit because she cleaned the house while he was at work all day and he made a fucking mistake. She doesn't have every right to get mad. She has every right to say, "Hey, listen, I worked hard to clean the house. Can you please take your shoes off, put them over by the door, and then clean up, the mess you just made?" That she has every right to do. I agree with that.
And if these people don't like women that are like that, well, then I suggest that they never date an Asian woman, specifically a Chinese woman, because she'll do more than just yell at you for walking in the house with your shoes on. Because first off, that's just inconsiderate, and it's just nasty. Seriously, it really is. But
he busted his ass all day at work, and she's getting mad at him about a trivial issue. That's just inconsiderate and nasty also, but you seem to be okay with that.
Yeah, so right from the get-go, I could already see why this woman is pissed off that he inconsiderately walked in the house with his shoes on. Because it is very inconsiderate to do that.
Very inconsiderate to get mad at him for such a trivial issue when she could just say, "Hey, please go clean that up. Take your shoes off. Go clean that up. I worked hard on that."
But also, it goes into showing how controlling and nagging she is. And, okay, first off, not all women are controlling and nagging. What this video...
Show me in the wall. Show me one in the wall. Show me in the wall, David. Wanting to see it.
...is doing is taking a small minority of women that are controlling and...
Do you know all women to assume that it's a small minority? You always get on me for saying most or all or whatever. Do you know all women to know that's a small minority, David? Not most, or even most. But specifically all. Do you know all of them?
Nagging, and pretty much making it seem like all women are controlling and nagging. And that's why these men are, quote-unquote, going their own way.
No, we're going our own way because we're tired of double standards. We're tired of women getting preferential treatment. We're tired of being bastardized. Do you not know that in some colleges there are fucking seminars on not raping? Do not rape. As if men have to be taught to not be violent or not rape. As if we have to know it's wrong. People who commit crimes know that they're wrong and they don't give a fuck. That's the problem. The problem isn't that they don't know it's wrong. I do give a fuck. I would never rape a woman. I would never intentionally hurt anybody. unless it was in self-defense or defense of my animals or my mom or other family members or friends, close friends. Okay, not all friends, close friends. Or, I see somebody being beaten up, somebody that's special needs, or a woman or whatever being beaten up. And even in those cases, like the woman, I wouldn't like jump and fight the guy. I would break it up. Because I don't know the details of it. Maybe she fucking pulled a knife on him. I don't know.
Like, what the hell? So, you're going your own way because a small minority of women are controlling and nagging. Like, that's pretty much...
Do you know that they're a small minority? Do you know most women to assume that the women who nag are a small minority?
I'm getting out of this video. A small minority of women... Well, yes, I admit that a small minority of women are controlling and nagging, but does that really justify going your own way away from women in general? And see, this is what I noticed.
Who the fuck says we have to justify it to you? Who the fuck are you that we have to justify ourselves to? Nobody. We'll do what the fuck we want to do when we want to do it because we want to do it. If I want to be mgtow, I could give a shit about what you think and why I'm mgtow. Fuck you and your opinion, David. I'll be mgtow because I want to be mgtow, and I don't need your permission to do it.
A lot of people in this group called mgtow do. They take some bad characteristics of some women and they generalize it to make it seem like all women do this. Like,
you just generalized mgtow. So you're criticizing us for you thinking that we're doing the very same thing that you actually just did to us.
And then they say, well, that's the reason why we're going our own way away from traditional relationships from women, because women do this. And I've noticed even my friend Baytime, like, he'll make statements like, most women are like this, most women are like that. And I always ask him, well, have you met every single woman in the entire world? Well, how can you say most then? Like, it's to make blanket generalizations and saying most or all women are a certain way without having met every single woman in the world is an extremely dishonest tactic.
It's an extremely dishonest tactic that you just used.
Like, some women, yes, I admit, are controlling and nagging, but it doesn't justify saying that. It doesn't justify first generalizing all women based off the actions of some.
You just did that to mgtow.
Justify saying we're gonna leave women altogether and go our own way for being a...
We don't have to justify it to you. Who the fuck are you that we have to justify ourselves to? Nobody. I'll do what the fuck I want with my life, when I want to, how I want to, in the way that I want to, and I don't need your permission to do it. So who the fuck are you saying, well, how do you justify this? We don't have to. We don't have to justify it. You aren't us. You're not our life. You don't control our life. I don't have to justify it. I will do what I want, when I want, how I want, the way that I want, regardless of whether you approve of it. We're simps like you. I love you, David. We're good friends and all. We're best friends. But I don't have to justify myself to you. And neither does anyone else in this community. You're white knighting so hard for women that you think that somebody has to answer to you or justify why we do what we choose to do when it doesn't even affect you. No. It's ridiculous.
Traditional relationships with them. Like, so you're going to punish a whole group of people for the actions of some.
It's not punishing anybody. It's rewarding ourselves. It's setting ourselves free to do what we want. I'm not mgtow to punish women. I'm mgtow to benefit myself. I'm not mgtow because I want to punish women or because I hate women. I'm mgtow